And next up I want to share with you guys a little bit about body language. It's so interesting how body language differ across different cultures and how it can communicate different things. When I just arrived in Papua New Guinea, one of the first things that I didn't notice, that would have been great if I noticed it, is how they communicate yes or no. I thought, man, these people are not answering me, maybe they're not understanding me, maybe they don't like me. I didn't know what was going on. Because how people would communicate people would communicate yes or no many times with just body language without answering. Especially if they're shy, if they do not know you well, they might just communicate via body language. So if we're saying yes, they would just lift their eyebrows. And for saying no, they would tilt their lower lip like this. And so in my culture that communicates I'm sad, but here it doesn't, here it communicates no. And so many times people would look down and they just show you a facial expression or to tell you yes or no. Other things that they do is when they say mm-mm, which means no in our culture, it actually means yes here. They don't have a word for love here in our village. The way that they would communicate love is by saying that I see you and I'm happy. And they have some body language things that they would do as well to show you that they like you. They would sometimes touch you under your chin or close to your chin. They just do this, and they also do like a kissy face to show you that they like you. Sometimes they do this to show you that they like you. They have all kinds of different ways to communicate that they like you. Another thing that they can do with body language is that can show you that whoever you're speaking to is lying to you. Your friend can show you, stand behind you and give you a certain signal to show you that someone's lying to you. So when I just arrived, I was at the market and I was standing and I was speaking with someone, and my language helper stood behind the person that I was speaking to, and so I could see her, and she was doing this. I didn't know what she was doing. And so later on I went to her and I asked her, hey, what were you trying to communicate to me when you did that? And she said, oh, the person you were speaking to was lying to you. And so they have a way to say that, hey, that person is lying to you. Another thing is how they touch babies. When they like babies, they touch them, they grab them by their cheeks and they wiggle their cheeks like that. And the babies do not seem to mind at all. They think it's a very loving way to be communicated with. When I was in Australia, the first thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to grab a baby by the cheeks when I saw a baby. But I'm pretty sure that baby would have not been impressed with me. It probably would have cried, and its mother might have looked at me with just thinking like, what are you doing? So that's how I show love to babies here. I grab them by the cheeks and wiggle their cheeks. Basalimem. And then just sharing one more thing about body language. Here I can do this. I can go, which means I'm hungry, go cook some food, bring it to me, I'll eat, and my stomach will be full again, my belly will go big. And so that's how they would speak with one another, and if you're wondering, that is totally appropriate to do. You can tell people to cook for you. When I started going into stage 2 of language learning, I started to pick up what people are saying to me as I walk around in the village. And one of the things I picked up very soon, because it's probably one of the most common things that gets said to me as I walk through the village, is when are you gonna cook and we'll eat? And that's how they say it, or they'll just command you. They say, go cook and we'll eat. And so that was very interesting arriving here, seeing how they would communicate that with one another.